Here in the Mid-Coast, over 70% of our land is owned privately, which means that while national parks and state forests do their bit, we all have a part to play in koala conservation. Mid-Coast Council has some of the highest koala populations in New South Wales, and through the regional partnership with the New South Wales Koala Strategy, we're able to really help our local populations and receive funding for things that we wouldn't have had available to us without it.
My husband and I, we've been here for about 5 years and we run beef cattle and thoroughbred horses. It's very much about managing our livestock, our pasture, but also the nature that's around us as well. And we've got quite heavily timbered areas to the east and quite heavily timbered areas to the west, and then there's very little in between. We've got patches of trees, but there's certainly absolutely no koala feed trees. So koalas can travel a considerable amount of distance to breed. So we thought, let's close the gap. Let's give them corridors to travel through. The areas that we've planted out, we've got temporary fencing around them. So eventually, when the trees are big enough, that fencing can come down and the cattle can graze under those trees. So working with the neighbour and deciding where our planting would finish on this side of the road and he would pick up on the other side of the road. Because we've done it in the areas that we've done it in, there's very little impact to the running of the cattle and the productivity. So if anything, it's going to increase our productivity with providing more cleaner water, less silt and those sorts of things, less erosion. So it's been a really, really good collaboration actually.
Roughly 8 years ago we spotted our first koala, so then we started getting more interested in walking down the back into the gully and finding where they could be and really getting down into our creek line and having a look. And then we signed up for the Koala Safe Spaces program, which has been the best thing that's ever happened for us and the koalas. The bush regeneration team have been the best source of information for us. So where there was vast tracts of lantana, there was nothing there because nothing could survive under the thicket. So trees have been planted, so not just koala feed species trees, but other trees to create a well-balanced habitat for the whole environment. Community involvement's been great. It's been good to work with our neighbours. All wildlife needs corridors to be able to run through into the larger areas. These are fairly small blocks, which was once a larger block. So you need to look at it as we're all just little pieces in the jigsaw.
So every property is different, and we're never going to come on and say that this is what we recommend or this is what you should do. And we always think it's better to come from the landowner. So if you have something that you go, this paddock is really troublesome for me, I've got an erosion point that I can't seem to fix. If you've got an area that's too dry or too wet, or a dam that seems to always evaporate and lose its water, then that's the best place to start. Local Land Services run a lot of programs. Landcare have a lot of events and information as well. You can also sign up for Land for Wildlife, which opens up small grants that you can access to help you pay for some of these things. We all have a part to play and every project contributes in an amazing way.